Maybe you've made a video on it before, but who does Saiga believe that Luffy's mother is, if she's been shown at all? Well, let me tell you. First, spoilers for the post-war arc of One Piece. If you're not caught up, feel free to keep scrolling. The first concrete bit of information that we get about Luffy's mom is from this interview. This was a creator Q&A from the Shonen Jump magazine all the way back in 2009. And I'm going to move off screen real quick so that you can screenshot this, just because this is a really difficult image to find. So if you want to quote this, there it is. Right here at the bottom, we have a question from John Irons, and he asked, what was Luffy's mother like? Was she beautiful? What happened to her? And did she die when Luffy was a baby? And Oda's answer was, I think she's alive. I'm still thinking hard about this. Laughs. But if she does appear in the story, then she'll be a very tough-looking woman and strict. There's no way that she's a beautiful mother. She's got this typical middle-aged woman's permed hair. Speaking of families, I did a backstory of Nico Robin and her family. That was actually the first time for me to draw a mother in a character's memory. Up until that point, I'd never drawn a blood relation. Now, when he says blood relation, of course he is only talking about mothers, because obviously we had like Yasopp and Dragon. So if anybody were theorizing about Luffy's mom, anybody that appeared before 2009, not a candidate. Now this next section is very interesting. There were cases where you could call someone who's not blood related your mother. In Chopper's case, he's called a son even though he's not blood related. So I've put in a message there saying that you can call someone who is not related by blood your family. We get another relevant piece of information in this SBS right here, where Koniro asks, here's a question for you, Odachi. Why is it that so many characters in One Piece have mothers who are unknown or deceased? And Oda answers, I see. Well, the answer is simple. The antonym of adventure is mother. Please do not write this on a test. Now, there is another piece of information. This quote right here, this is allegedly from Tanaka, which is Luffy's voice actor. Apparently, she asked Oda, like, who Luffy's mom is, and this was his answer. Luffy's adventure began after he left his mother's arms. I want to tell this young man's story, so his mom is not part of it. I will say, I don't count this as a piece of evidence, because the only source for this quote was a tweet, and you can't even find that tweet anymore because the account was suspended. So even if this does support my argument, I don't count this as evidence. However, I do think that Luffy's mom was shown in the story. So who do I think it is? Well, it's the woman shown in this SBS next to this question, which is why I cropped it, and that is Curly de Don. Oda was asked about and gave a description of Luffy's mom in 2009. And in 2010, we get the name drop for Curly de Don, a woman perfectly fitting that description and the woman who acted as Luffy's mom. Though she is not biologically related, as Oda said, she can be counted as his mother. Now, I know that some fans aren't satisfied with this answer because they want Luffy's mom to be somebody important, and a lot of people even say that, like, it would be kind of a letdown if Luffy's mom isn't some, like, crazy relevant character in the mythos or lore of One Piece. But I would counter that by saying that, like, Zoro's a pretty important character, right? His mom was introduced in an SBS, and she was nobody. Not to mention, every other character that people think is Luffy's mom or theorizes Luffy's mom do not fit the description that Oda gave of